Top priorities for 2017 have not changed. We still are focused 100% on readiness of our existing aircraft and how to get new capabilities to the fleet more quickly. So those have not changed at all. Back in December, we asked our command leadership team, we actually gave them some homework. So we asked them to come back to myself and Mr. Newton with a list of 3 to 5 items that they thought they could accomplish either inside their own competency, warfare center, whatever their piece of the organization happened to be, and 3 to 5 that they needed help from the broader command in accomplishing. And we came up with kind of 3 categories. One was strategic, kind of long-term implications that got at the core work that we do as Navair. One was tactical, so we kind of gave them a 120-day time limit to go execute those plans. And then the third we called fire teams, which were, hey, this is a 2 to 4 week, just kind of go do, figure it out. Let us know if we can actually accomplish this thing or if it's too hard. What I want our program managers and our project managers to be able to do is when they get a new project or program on their plate, I want them to be able to look at how would I execute this if I was king or queen for a day and I just wanted, my only goal was to get things to the fleet as quickly as possible. As opposed to what we do today, which is when I get this new project or program, I try and figure out how am I going to massage this effort into our existing acquisition framework. What we're trying to do with capabilities-based acquisition is minimize those layers of help and help streamline the entire project or the entire program effort. The second piece is what I'm calling Sustainment Vision 2020. And while this was initiated by our fleet readiness centers, it has expanded much beyond that. So when we think about sustainment, it involves our fleet readiness centers certainly, but it also involves our logistics folks, it involves our engineers, it involves our program managers, contracts, our facilities folks. It's an end-to-end look at the way that we have accomplished sustainment efforts for really the last 25, 30 years. We haven't changed dramatically. In that time, our facilities have aged. The technology that we can bring to bear on the problem has changed dramatically. We have digital tools and data analytics that we did not have access to even 5 years ago. We have not adapted our sustainment system to take best advantage of those. And that's really what's behind Vision 2020, is to look at how would we execute our maintenance in 2020 if we took away some of those constraints in terms of facilities and manpower and planning tools. So the second piece, more along the tactical realm, again, we gave them about 120 days, are more what I'm going to call administrative or bureaucratic issues that we wanted to tackle. And these range from taking a look at our CAO ConOps and IPT alignment to make sure we've got the balance correct between our business units or warfare centers and our program office teams, PEOs, and competencies, and make sure that we've got that triad operating as efficiently as possible. And then we're looking at some basic business things like, can we take back some of the responsibility and authority that have been ceded to other organizations outside of Navair that may be slowing us down. And then the third piece was the fire teams. And these, again, have a kind of a broad spectrum. But they're things that we just want an answer to. Either we want to go do it in the next 2 to 4 weeks, or we want to kill it and quit talking about it in the next 2 to 4 weeks. An example is innovation hubs. What I've asked each one of the warfare centers commanders to do, including Fleet Readiness Center commander, is to come back to me with a very specific plan about how much money can you invest from a business perspective at each and every site to set up an innovation hub where folks can come and work on projects that they think are innovative and further our goal of supporting the fleet. And we're going to put in a process so that there is some amount of money available. You'll have to fight for it, you'll have to prioritize it, you'll have to have projects that address fleet capability gaps, but we're trying to create that opportunity at each and every one of our Navair sites. When we look at the projects that we've done recently that have moved quickly through the system, they have been comprised of individuals who are very innovative. They've been comprised of individuals that didn't come from the same competency. They didn't come from the same homeroom. They didn't come from the same college. They didn't come from the same culture in many cases. And they have each brought a different perspective to solving that problem. And when we look back at it, it is very clear that's how they moved quickly. So this is about teamwork, it's about empowerment, and it's about not being afraid to take a chance or think critically about the way that we've always done business.